All right, chat, story time. Today is a story about my recent Airbnb experience. I'm not gonna lie, I typically don't have really bad Airbnb experiences. I think I've had like 5, 6, 7, I think under 10 Airbnb experiences. This one was the worst experience I've ever had, and I don't know what we're titling this video. This guy sucks. He was horrible. Horrible for after the fact, not during the fact. We're gonna put it that way. So for context, guys, usually when it's Airbnb, listen, I hate planning stuff, and I hate needing to talk to the host when I don't really need to. So my girlfriend does that. She does all that stuff. She'll message them. We have a little bit of a tradition where me and her friends, kind of my friends, more her friends though, we will go out to do a cottage once a year in the summer, either in the middle of August before the year ends or something, or in the beginning of August, something like that. I'll drive. This year I didn't have to, thank God. We went up to Blue Mountain. Blue Mountain is a place here in Ontario, Canada land. And if you don't know what that is, honestly, I didn't know much about it either. But basically, it's a good place in the winter, apparently. We went in the summer. Still a nice looking place, but it is what it is. So my girlfriend and her friends plan to do this Airbnb. They use my account, set it all up, everything like that. Also, if you guys are watching this here on Twitch, on a stream, you guys will not see the text messages that went between us and the Airbnb host, obviously. I will put that in post for editing, so don't worry about that. So for context, we went to book this thing on June 26th, but the actual date of our Airbnb event was going to be on August 16th to the 18th. So my girlfriend messages them using my account. Me and my partner and a couple of our friends would like to book a stay for a small summer getaway. We thought your stay would be the perfect fit for our trip. They later replied, "Hello Kurt, looking forward to hosting your group. Thanks for booking with us." We invite all the people to the link, they get in there, and then we start doing our checks, right? June 28th. Hey, just want to double check. Are we allowed to cook in the kitchen? The reason we asked for this is because in the description of the Airbnb listing, it said we were not allowed to cook. So we were like, that's kind of a red flag. That's kind of weird because we love cooking, always cooking steak, always cooking, you know, samgyeopsal, pork belly, all that good stuff. And for some reason it wasn't there. So we asked about it and they said, yes, no problem. Does it say somewhere you can't? Because someone else asked me that recently. So clearly this guy's having issues with their listing. My girlfriend says, yes, it said that under the house rules, but we checked again today and it is not there anymore. So clearly, you know, they must have fixed it at some point. There's a couple of hours between those messages. All right, not a problem. And then we fast forward all the way to August 14, where they give us the garage code, the Wi-Fi, the address to the house, all that stuff. And then it is August 15, where we say, hey, just curious, do you have Apple TV or Netflix or anything like that? And they said, yes, we have everything. We got Netflix, we got Prime in the living room. We say, thank you. They say, no problem. The day of us arriving, we let them know, hey, we just arrived. Everything is perfect. Thank you. They say, okay, great to hear that. Let me know if you need anything. I get there, immediately need to take a poo. So, you know, everyone's getting in there. We're checking our rooms out. I'm like, guys, I'm gonna go poo real quick. I go upstairs. I close the door. I try to lock it. I'm about to take my poo. And I'm like, wait a second. And I try to open the door. The door does not open. If anything, it almost feels like I'm about to break the door handle. Like I close the door on the way in. Close it. And then I'm like, wait, the doorknob felt weird. I go to turn the knob. I hit the unlock and I turn the knob and it literally from the door, as I pull, it feels like it's about to come off. And I can see the little thing that's supposed to be attached to the door is like, he's going like this. And I'm like, oh, even though I unlocked the lock from the inside, I couldn't get out. So I called my girlfriend. I said, hey, can you guys come upstairs? I'm locked in the bathroom. They go and they just open the door from the outside. I'm like, okay, let me lock the door. I try to open it again. Doesn't go. I unlock it. I still can't get out. They had to unlock it from the outside to get me out. I was like, hey, your washroom door upstairs doesn't open from the inside. And then this guy, the host, he says, lift the handle up, not down, and then asked me if that works. I said, yes, it did. Thank you. Now, here's the thing. Maybe I don't use enough doors. Maybe in Blue Mountain world, you know, because I live in Toronto, maybe in Blue Mountain world, Collingwood, the doorknobs work differently. The way that when you flush a toilet, it's supposed to spin one way, and in different parts of the world, it spins the other way. Maybe over there, doorknobs turn a certain way. This one, to turn it upward, I don't think anyone could ever tell me right now on a regular basis that they would ever think to open a door. When you grab it, you always pull down going this way clockwise, right? Boom. Boom. Doorknob clockwise. You never go like I'm doing like the reverse whip into a nay. Like, no one does that. No one. So I'm like, okay, no worries, cool. You know, later on, I'm like, oh, it's time to cook dinner. We get home, we have the steak that we bought, you know, we have butter, we have all the stuff. I'm looking around the kitchen, I said, hey, I was wondering if you guys have any salt. Because on the listing, it says that they have the salt, they got the pepper, they got oil, they got all the stuff you need to help you cook. And they said, is there not salt and pepper shaker to the right of the stove? And I said, nope, it's just the knife set, but I did find the pepper shaker in the cabinet above the sink next to another knife set. They said, okay, sorry, I guess not. I said, okay, no worries then. Weird, you have a listing. Your listing should reflect your house. Does not have it, okay. No worries. I cooked a steak without salt. Did it still taste good? Yeah, because I'm a chef, but, you know, you need salt. The pepper shaker was there, and there was no pepper in the pepper shaker. I didn't even bother making a fuss about it. I said, no salt. Clearly no pepper, but a pepper shaker. Okay. We are cooking this steak. It is getting smoky in this place. Not only did I cook steak, I also cooked some pork belly. Luckily enough, prior to us going on this trip, I actually made a bunch of banchans, a lot of Korean side dishes, kimchi, green onion salads, cucumber salads, all the stuff. And so I'm cooking this pork belly, we're cooking the steak, it is getting smoky. And I'm like, all right, we got to turn the fan on. We go to hit the fan. I'm like, maybe I'm not hitting the right button. Nothing's turning on. And so my girlfriend goes, hey, does the fan work for the stove? And he says, the fan above the stove, I can't even speak, I'm pissed. The fan above the stove doesn't work. The motor is being replaced. That was the last time I talked to him. So we spent the last, you know, hour or so probably fanning out his freaking building because there was so much smoke. The alarm was going off. We opened up the windows, the balcony windows, the side windows, the front door, the garage, the door to the garage. The whole building was open. We have video of her and her friend trying to make light of it, and they're jumping around the room with their shirts and their cloths, and they're fanning while I can cook, you know, and hoping that the smoke stops hitting the smoke alarm because that thing's going off. We're like, all right, cool. It is what it is. Now, the reason I mentioned this as well is because we did ask if we can cook there because initially they said they couldn't. Maybe this was part of their reason that they had it on there and they thought they had it fixed. Obviously not. But you would think that when we asked if we could cook there, you would check your cooking utensils, supplies, and stuff like that to see if you can cook. Now, we didn't message them the entire time after this because I'm like, you know, listen, I understand when you type certain things, you can't really get emotion through text sometimes. I thought that telling me to turn the doorknob up instead of down was a little bit sassy. Okay. That's just the way I interpreted it. Asked about some salt and pepper. Is it not on the right of the stove? Okay. Okay. All right. I get it. Just to top it off, the stove top fan thingy does not work and it's still being replaced. It would have been nice to know probably a long time ago that it's not working. Am I right? Am I wrong? Because at least we could have prepared. Maybe I would have brought a portable grill outside in the backyard and cooked there instead. But we did not know. Damn straight is what I'm saying. So later on, we get home, right? The days have passed. We don't talk to, I don't even want to ask the host about anything else, and just in case, right? They said they had a little mini gym downstairs and they had a broken bike machine thing. Straps don't work, seats too high. I don't want to touch it. It's cool. Listen, the place overall was great. Amenities worked for the most part, but it's like, dude, you run this place and you got to make sure it's good. It was not good. It was not good. The bed was great, the shower was great, the Netflix worked, the seats were good, got to play some Mario Party, all that stuff was good. But this is where it takes a turn. So obviously I'm a little upset because I'm like, I don't know if I want to give you a fake review. You know, you get home, you say, thank you for hosting us. Thank you for letting us stay in your home. Because this is actually different than other Airbnbs. This was actually his home. Him and his daughters, allegedly reading all the other reviews, they live here. And so this is not like he had enough money to rent another place and then uses that place to rent out to other people for Airbnb, like people do for condos and stuff like that. This was his home and we respected his home. To be clear as well, you know, we used his oven and we cleaned everything. Anything we touched, we cleaned before we left, of course, you know, cleaned that thing straight up. So we get home and I'm thinking, I don't know, man. Like, do I just say, oh, it was great, even though, you know, it wasn't? I don't know what to do. I go to my brother and his wife and I tell them what happened. They go Airbnb-ing a lot as well. And they go, no, you tell them if you have a problem. And if they don't want to do anything about it, maybe go tell the Airbnb people and see what they'll do about it. Maybe they'll give you a partial refund. And if the host is willing, they'll give you a partial refund. I'm like, you know what? You're right. Truth is truth. Truth is truth. So I got a message on my phone from Airbnb coming from the host saying that they left a rating about me, but I could only view it after I left my review. I said, okay, fair enough. So I left a review. I said, pros. The house is huge and perfect for 4+ guests. A large bedroom, living space, big backyard, access to several streaming services, with a great size TV. There's also a sauna room in the basement. Unfortunately, I get to use it. Neighborhood is extremely quiet, great for going out for a quiet walk or jog. Short drive away from the local shops and Blue Mountain. The master bathroom has a doorknob that doesn't open the normal way, so whether you have it unlocked or locked from the inside, you can't get out unless you twist the doorknob upward instead. The doorknob also felt really loose, like it was going to break before the door. There's no salt and pepper or oil available to help with cooking. The stovetop smoke exhaust was also broken, so we spent the next 10 to 15 minutes, and that's pretty nice to say 10 to 15 an hour, to fan the room out of smoke with towels and opening all the windows and doors. The smoke alarm went off during this time and also went off randomly when we were getting ready to leave. That one I completely forgot to mention until I read this now. But yes, we were getting ready to leave. We were packing up, making sure everything was clean, everything was good, did everything else he asked, whatever. We were about to walk out the door. It started going off. We were like, dude, we're not even cooking. We literally woke up. It's almost 11 o'clock, about to leave. Beep, beep. We're like, what the? Like, someone must have taken the worst, gassiest poop before they left, because that thing went off and we weren't even cooking. We didn't even have breakfast. Like, what the hell? Right? So unless someone didn't shower among the 4 of us, and I did, but if someone didn't shower and they smelled like smoke from the day before and then that thing wafted and then it went off, okay, sure. Still weird. Let me say that. I wrote that as his review so that I could also see what his review was going to be of me. And obviously he gave me a very standard review. He said, Kurt and his guests were a pleasure to host. They left the house in excellent condition and would be happy to have them stay again. Now I want to preface, he said they left the house in excellent condition and would be happy to have them stay again. Now this is where things take a turn. So now we left the review. It's about 9 p.m. and he messages me back in the group chat, along that has my girlfriend and our other 2 friends that came with us. So you had the smoke alarms go off. Why didn't you tell me? Even if the exhaust fan wasn't working, that shouldn't have happened. I feel like you were just looking for things to complain about. Please don't come back ever. Hold the phone. Wait a second. Yes, the smoke alarms went off. Clearly, I think there's an understanding that if we're asking about the fan for the stovetop, I think it was kind of clear that there's a chance that it's probably gonna go off. What are we cooking? Noodles? Because we're Asian? We're just cooking noodles when we come over? No, I'm cooking steak. I'm cooking meat. And he's not wrong. Maybe we should have told him that, hey, just so you know, the fire alarm's going off right now. But we're fanning out the room. He's right. Maybe we should have said that. But it happened, and he knows it happened. Then he says, I feel like you're looking for things to complain about. Please don't come back. And here's the thing. If you guys are watching this in the YouTube video, you're not going to see this on stream. The way he wrote it, the way he wrote this comment, he wrote, please don't come back. Ever. He purposely, with sass, you can read it through it. Please don't come back. Ever. Okay, buddy. Relax. Did I go off a little bit? Did I crash out? I crashed out maybe a little bit, but in a very respectful way. Now you're about to see I wrote a fuck ton of stuff. Am I the asshole? Reddit thread time. I don't know. Let me cook. When we asked you about the fan for the stove, we were already cooking. So yes, the smoke alarm went off and all we did was open all the doors and windows and fan out the entire main floor so that it would stop going off. We normally never have this issue and we're honestly weren't even trying to look for things to complain about. I messaged you about the doorknob in the master bedroom because I did get stuck. We tried to resolve it and then I messaged you about it. I also have a video of us trying to open it, which I do. I then did delete, by the way, of us trying to open it when we initially messaged you just in case, and you could see it in, you could see in it that it looked like let me try this again. I messaged you about the doorknob in the master bedroom because I did get stuck. We tried to resolve it and then I messaged you about it. I also have a video of us trying to open it when we initially messaged you just in case, and you could see in it that it looked like, okay, that's bad English. That's bad English on my part. I'm an English major, but that is a bad English text here, right here. You could see in it that it looked like it was going to break off. So we simply just left the door slightly opened when we used it to shower. We also asked you about the cooking situation at the start when the listing initially said that there wasn't cooking allowed for some reason. Then you clarified that we could cook, which was great because I love to cook. But then there wasn't any salt and pepper available in your listing. So I went out and bought some to cook with. I didn't. I'm just saying that because now I'm pissed, but it's not really going to make a difference. And then the smoke started going. So I asked you about that and then you said it was currently broken. So I lied a little bit. Okay, I lied a little bit. Just listen. I didn't go out to get salt and pepper. It's not gonna make a difference in the story whether I did, because you're not gonna compensate me for using gas and buying salt and pepper. It's not gonna make a difference. If you notified us that it was broken prior, I wouldn't have tried to cook on the stovetop or maybe brought my own portable grill just in case. These are part of your listings. Regardless, we loved your place. It's a very spacious and homey, and everything else was great. I also checked the listing to make sure if you had any rules about what to do before leaving, as other Airbnbs don't. Ask to remove the bed sheets or towels, so I made sure everyone did that before we left since no one else knew about it, which is facts. Before we left, I looked at the Airbnb listing to see if there was anything they wanted to do before we left, and they wanted us to take out all of the bed sheets, all of everything, and put it on the floor, basically doing a little bit of their like laundry stuff for them so that when they get there they don't have to do it themselves. We did it. That's okay. I'm not complaining. It's still a great place. Don't worry, we won't come back if there's something you wouldn't, if that's something you wouldn't prefer. But it's also on you as someone who is hosting the home to be responsible and have things fixed, checked on, to adjust your listings and to update us on anything we should be looking out for. Now here's the part that took it over the top for me. Okay, that took it over the top. It was here. I'm talking like this. It was here. Now it's here. It's higher than my 5'3.5" ass. Okay? This is the stupidest playground, childish, high school drama type shit I've ever heard in my life. He said, and I quote, "You aren't Airbnb material." What the you're not a part of this group. Clearly you didn't get the memo. You don't even go here. Energy. What the fuck I did not start this video swearing, now I am. Holy. You aren't Airbnb material. Clearly, you don't understand the concept. What the fuck is the concept? What are we talking about here, buddy? What concept? Good luck booking in this area again. Okay, so now... So I'm not Airbnb material. I don't understand the concept. Where is it? I don't see it. I don't see it. Still don't see it. Glasses on, glasses off. I don't see it. And then a threat. Good luck booking in this area again. Literally, I got so petty right here. I was like, I am going to purposely get people to book at his location and then just leave bad reviews. Like my brother and his wife to go, my friends to go, anybody who's gonna go to Blue Mountain, be like, yo, book his spot and just say the same shit. But enjoy your time, genuinely. But like... Hello? Hell yeah, that's a clown. If I told you his name reflects the way he spoke, you'd be like, yeah, that checks out. Like, there are certain people who have certain names that when you hear it, you're like, yeah, that checks out. Am I right? Am I wrong? There's people like that. So I took the professional route. I took the high ground here. You know, I literally got the high ground. I was the bigger guy. And I said, please consider the things I have noted for your future guests. Because if you didn't know, if you don't do Airbnb stuff, by the way, you can write a review for the place that you're at. But then you also can write a small personal review that'll go to them as kind of like a private message note. So I wrote one and I was just like, in the future, you know, maybe think about fixing your, you know, your stovetop prior to having your listing up. You know, making sure even if it is broken, hey, let your guests know so they know it's broken and they don't have to show up knowing it's broken. Because then, you know, I dead ass, I would have brought my own rice cooker, would have brought my own portable grill. Either way, you know, and I let them know stuff like that. I said, maybe also fix your doorknob because that shit was falling off. Okay, so sue me for being so truthful. So I said, please consider the things I have noted for your future guests. We have had a wonderful time despite the minor hiccup. You have a wonderful home with a lovely area surrounding it. Thanks for allowing us to spend more time there. That was at 9:33 p.m. So I thought, okay, we're done. We're Gucci now. It is what it is. And I figured probably nothing else is gonna happen from here. I've ended this conversation. I've ended that career. We don't need a reply, because if he replies after this, that means you have automatically forfeited this battle and you're taking a bigger L than you already have, right? But wait, there's more. But wait, there's more. Yes, because 20 minutes later at 9:51, he comes back and he says the most Karen thing aside from the not being Airbnb material. Are you a host? Exactly. He did like the question with no reply and answer, right? What the hell? Are you a host? Exactly. What the? Hey! Mind you, This is a dude. This is a dude. He gave energy that said he got bullied in elementary school, maybe in high school, never peaked, or maybe he peaked and then he fell off. Who knows? He's giving that guy, and then he's like, he became a cop, and he's like, look at me now. I'm so freaking awesome. I'm above the law. I'm him. That's the energy he gave. It's crazy. I'm not even done. He said, are you a host? Exactly. You left a film of grease all over the cabinet with fingerprints that I'm still cleaning. Bring what you need next time you book an Airbnb if you ever get the chance again. Huh? What do you mean if I ever get the chance again? So you threatened me again? What? You're going to remove me from Airbnb? Are you gonna tell Airbnb? Don't let him ever delete his account. He's not allowed in here anymore. You've been banned. Restraining order from all of Collingwood, all of Blue Mountain. No one will ever take you. Like, what the fuck? Are you serious? Send me info. I'ma beat his ass. Man never peaked. No, facts. This was the biggest small dick energy I've ever seen, and I'm Asian. Hello. He lost 1 million aura. I don't even think he had aura to start with. Let's be honest, okay? I think everybody gets a little bit of aura, and then by the end of this, because he didn't want to admit that he was at fault, because he clearly didn't do his due diligence as a homeowner, as someone who's providing a service to people and didn't provide. Man's born with negative aura. Listen, I'm taking the high road. I might be making a video to hopefully make some YouTube cash money and get some views on this, but my boy, if you're watching this video right now, I mean, I could only imagine you're watching this at home on the big screen with your two daughters. Somehow you're watching this on your broke ass laptop that was on the back wall, connected to a broke ass monitor as well, and then hoping that if we use it, maybe you're gonna be like, oh shit, you broke that, I'm gonna make you pay for it. Nah, I saw that and I turned that shit off real quick, by the way. However you're watching this, if you're watching this, you must be steaming right now, because one, you also said that we left your house in great condition, and then you're gonna come here and tell me that we left grease all over the cabinets. Mind you, yes, I touched every cabinet looking for some fucking salt to also open it so that I could get the fucking cups and plates and bowls to serve my guests for the shit that I fucking cooked. But did I have greasy fingers? No. Let's give him a chance. Let's say he came in at 3 o'clock. Maybe he was out with the girls in the summer, doing some stuff, vibing out, coming back to the home at 3. Are you telling me from 3 o'clock until 9:51, you've been cleaning up those knobs, cleaning up the knob on the cabinet doors because of some fucking grease? And you've been doing it all fucking night? Hell no. That is the stupidest thing I have ever heard. But it's like, what did I do? I took my hands and I put it in the oil and I'm like, ooh, let me touch everything. He left a review that said, I left the place in perfect condition. Okay, you want to play that game? Let's play that game. I went and messaged the Airbnb people and I said, hey, I want some compensation. This is ridiculous. I had a great time. Now I'm being threatened, literally being assaulted with these threats of like, you, good luck. Good luck ever getting an Airbnb up here. Ever. If you ever even get the chance to. So I messaged Airbnb. I'm like, hey, we need to talk. They messaged me back. They said, hey, are you down for a phone call? It's like 10 o'clock right now. 10 p.m., right? I'm like, yeah, I'm down to talk. They call me. They said, hey, what happened? I said, hey, can you take a look at this this group chat message? Because I know you have access to that stuff. They're like, yeah, we can take a look. They literally look through it. They go, oh, he should not be talking to you like that. I'm like, yeah, no shit, huh? And I was pretty professional, was I not? And he said, yes, you were. Yes, you were. So we're going to do an investigation. I'm going to call you back. Sure. No problem. They messaged me back. They say, hey, are you available for a phone call right now? I said, yes, I am. Beep, 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 beep. Hey, what's going on, chief? They go, hey, so listen, we're gonna have a big talk with this guy because he's got all these reviews. Apparently he's so good, right? That he's talking to you like that, because if what you said is true, and you said you have videos but we don't even want to see them, but if what you're saying is true, as someone who is as veteran as this guy, you should not be talking to you like that. So we're gonna see what's going on. We might have to do some reprimanding, some temporary suspension, something like that, and then also look into whether or not like these reviews are just reviews to be reviews, you know, because he has a lot of them that are just like, oh, great house, oh, I had a wonderful time, just people, and then he probably goes to their accounts and just says, wonderful guest, come back whenever. But the second he gets called out for something, he turns into freaking the male version of a Karen. So they said they're gonna do an investigation, see what's going on, do some reprimanding, whatever. And because they feel bad, they're gonna give me back $100. And I said, is this coming out of your pocket? Is this coming out of his pocket? Because preferably, I'd like it to come out of his pocket because that's kind of crazy. But they said, no, unfortunately, typically things like this, it's supposed to be during, but because it's after, clearly you have a good record on Airbnb, you haven't really done anything, and this guy's clearly in the chat, you have not said anything wrong to him, threatening, and he's he's done all of that to you, we're gonna take it upon ourselves to give you $100 instead, and then we're gonna see what happens to this guy. I said, all right, cool, thank you, appreciate it. Gave them my bank info, and I think like 2 days later they sent me my $100 as a reimbursement. They messaged me back, they said, hey, hope you're okay, you know, the reimbursement's enough, let me know if there's anything else. I said, no, you know what, you did great, thank you. Took him $100, but you know, it was good. So that is my Airbnb story. That guy's a piece of shit. Honestly, like, he is technically right. I should have told him that the smoke alarm went off. I don't think it really was gonna make a difference. Like, what's he gonna do? Fly down from wherever the hell he was? Or maybe he was in Blue Mountain, somewhere close enough to the house that if he needed to come down to the house, he could come down to the house and turn off the smoke alarm for us? Cook my steak for me? Like, probably not. They haven't updated you yet. No, they gave me the money, and then the Airbnb just closed all the other chats. So they haven't, like, told me whether or not he got reprimanded. Like, if I go to his account, I don't really see anything anyway. Like, I'd have to book another thing with him. Would I? No, because even if I did it out of pettiness because his house is convenient to be there in Blue Mountain, he probably would look at it and be like, no, and then just not accept it anyway, so it's a waste of time. If anything, if I saw it, you know, maybe if you clicked his account, it would say he no longer does Airbnb or his bookings aren't available, whatever. But I mean, if I still have access to the chat logs and stuff like that, I mean, clearly he's still doing his thing. But dude, don't be this guy. That's the lesson for today. That's my Airbnb story. You're not a part of this group. Clearly you didn't get the memo. You don't even go here. Energy. What the fuck, dude?